Alright Dokkanners, welcome back to another Dokkan for Dummies video. Today we have the Christmas Carnival, and who could have guessed? It is an exchange future Gohan into future Trunks. Future Gohan leads Bond of Master and Disciple, Ki +4, HP attack and defense plus 220%. Now if you remember in 2023 we had Carnival future Gohan, he was a beast in slot 1. This guy, kind of the same thing. Looking at his passive for basic effects, we have attack and defense plus 150, a little low, but he makes up for it by giving Bond of Master and Disciple allies attack and defense plus 50%. He has a guaranteed additional super, and he randomly changes one key type to Rainbow, excluding AGL or INT. Now per Bond of Master and Disciple ally on the team, he gets Ki +3 up to 9, attack and defense plus 50% up to 150%, and crit chance and damage reduction 20% each up to 60%. When attacking with 18 or more Ki, he gets attack plus 200%, and for his first turn, he will guard, get an additional crit chance and damage reduction of 20%, and if he is in slot 1, he will get an additional 10% crit chance and damage reduction, and he will support allies by giving them 30% attack for the turn. For Gohan's first 3 turns, you'll get an additional attack that has a 70% chance to be a super. When Gohan or an ally on the same turn is KO'd, if there is another Bond of Master and Disciple ally on the team, starting from the 3rd turn from Gohan's entry, Gohan will revive into Trunks with 58% HP. If instead of Gohan's revive, we use someone else's revive, Gohan will get attack and defense plus 200% and guard. I think overall this is a very solid unit. He's got support, he does additionals, he rainbow orb changes, he's great in slot 1 for that first turn, and he slowly becomes a okay tank. If someone else revives, he becomes very solid again. Otherwise, the main point of this unit is to get into the Trunks, who we will get into in a little bit. Now for super attack effects, we have the Masenko, a Ki Blast super. This will give Gohan 50% defense for 3 turns and cause colossal damage to the enemy. For his Ultra, we have the Explosive Dance, a melee-based super. This will raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn and cause mega colossal damage to the enemy, and it will greatly lower attack. A pretty basic super attack effects. You know, we're not raising attacks or defense for any other characters. We're not supporting. We're not getting crit off of it. Let's take a look at the animations. Not bad, not bad. Some reused assets, but overall, pretty solid. As a reminder, this is an exchange unit, and just like his passive says, there are some conditions. For Gohan to go into Trunks, there needs to be another Bond of Master and Disciple ally on the team, starting from Gohan's 3rd turn, so basically his 2nd turn attacking. With this, Gohan can revive with 58% HP and exchange into Trunks. With Trunks, they went in a different direction than they did with Gohan. Gohan was more restricted. You know, you wanted to use him in slot 1 that first turn. You needed the allies to get him to his max potential. Trunks is less restricted. So right off the bat, he gets Ki +9 and attack and defense plus 250%. Already way more than Gohan without any restrictions. Trunks has 30% crit chance, 30% dodge chance, and 30% damage reduction. He still supports Bond of Master and Disciple allies by giving them attack and defense plus 50%, but now on top of that, he gives future Saga allies that same support. And then he still rainbow orb changes excluding AGL or INT Ki Spears. When activating the active skill, or when attacking with 18 or more Ki, Trunks gets an additional attack and defense plus 250%, and in slot 2 or 3, Trunks gets an additional crit chance and dodge chance of 50%, and he gets a survive KO mechanic. Also in slot 2 or 3, Trunks gets 2 additional attacks, each of which has a 50% chance to be a super, meaning in slot 2 or 3, Trunks will have 80% crit chance, 80% dodge, 30% damage reduction, and 2 guaranteed attacks, both of which have a 50% chance to be a super. When there is another Bond of Master and Disciple or future Saga ally on the team, Trunks gets an additional attack and defense plus 150%, a guaranteed additional super. He gives allies defense plus 30% when HP is 30% or less after receiving an attack, and then he will recover 15% HP at the end of the turn after he receives an attack. Basically, he will give extra defense if he is hit when HP is low, and then after every turn he is hit, he will recover 15% HP. So for Trunks, obviously you don't run him in slot 1 like you did the Gohan. He's a bit more loose, right? He gives support to another category. He has extra dodge on top of the crit chance. He comes with ki. Trunks' kit is more expansive than Gohan's, not as restricted, right? You still need a Bond of Master and Disciple for his full kit. We just swapped out Gohan's tanking capabilities for Trunks' damage and dodge capabilities. All in all, an extremely impressive unit. However, he is locked away behind the revive. Now for Trunks' super attacks, we have the Burning Rush, a melee based super. This will raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn and cause colossal damage to the enemy. For the 18 ki, we have Shining Slash, a weapon based super. This will raise attack by 100% and defense by 50% for the turn and cause mega colossal damage to the enemy. Trunks also comes with an active skill. The active skill, Masenko, is a ki blast attack. It can be activated when there's another Bond of Master and Disciple or future Saga category ally attacking in the same turn, or starting from Trunks' next turn. Basically meaning if you have the category ally on the turn, you can pop it out instantly, or if not, you have to wait till the next turn after Trunks comes out. This active skill will massively raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and within the turn activated, give Trunks guaranteed crits and 100% dodge. Now let's take a look at Trunks' animations. This one for sure better than Gohan's. Let's take a look at the revival, the 12 and 18 ki, and the active skill.
Trunks, your humanity's last hope.
With this power, I will defeat you once and for all!
Gotta say, some really impressive stuff for a carnival unit, especially with anniversary right around the corner. Anyways, for Gohan's links, we have Golden Warrior, All in the Family, Super Saiyan, Experienced Fighters, Dismal Future, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. A pretty solid but typical Saiyan / Goku family link set. Now when you revive into Trunks, you will see 2 links change. All in the Family becomes Saiyan Warrior Race, and Experienced Fighters becomes Royal Lineage. Not a terrible change, but we do lose some defense with All in the Family gone. Now for categories. As a reminder, this is an exchange unit, so all the categories are only applicable to Gohan. We have Bond of Master and Disciple, Hybrid Saiyans, Future Saga, Goku's Family, Super Saiyans, Androids / Cell Saga, All Out Struggle, Connected Hope, Bond of Parent and Child, Earthbred Fighters, Demonic Power, Powerful Comeback, and Entrusted Will. So no Time Travelers, no Vegeta Family, none of that. Now for the age-old question, should you summon? No. Unfortunately, the unit themselves is really good. The team, not so bad. Expect a ton of Bond and Master Disciple units over the years. Just the unfortunate part is anniversaries next month. Literally in about 40 days, we'll have the anniversary units on top of extremely good banners, right? So you have to save yourselves. There's no choice. Shout out Future Gohan though. The definition of got that dog in him. May he rest in peace. And as a reminder, right before anniversary, we do have a dual dokkanfest for New Year's. And as always, thanks for watching. What do you think of the new exchange unit? Which one do you like more, Gohan or Trunks? Me personally, I've always been a huge Future Gohan fan, but boy, did they not slack on Trunks' animations at all. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Sayonara.